All right, I'm just gonna wait until I can see and somebody says something in the chat. That way I know you guys can hear me, you can see me. But it usually takes a minute anyway. So just hang in there. I wish you guys could see better what I'm doing. Anybody in, oh, perfect. You can hear me? Hi, Courtney. Does the sound or anything sound weird? Because I have a slightly different setup than the only one other live stream I've ever done before. And I was planning on setting up my camera because I want to be able to use one of my good cameras. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Joanna. I want to be able to use one of my good cameras while I do live streaming, but I found out that I needed another new adapter. I thought I already had it all because I remember ordering it quite some time ago. But when I went to actually go set it up today, not only is it a pain because I have to have my big laptop on the desk, my cameras, the lights, all the little like cords and attachments everywhere to do it. So I figured it's just easiest. If you guys don't mind me doing it from my phone, like if this is clear enough and you guys can hear me okay, then I'm just going to keep doing it from my phone, I think. I did I did order those other attachments and I'll give it a go if you want, but using my phone is just so much easier for now anyway. I'm just not super tech savvy. I don't like that word, savvy. It reminds me of Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, what are you guys doing tonight? I am, thank you, Courtney. Yep, sounds good. Soldering a whole bunch of ornaments. I have a ton of ornaments that I've been making. I wanted to go super simple this year, but sorry, I gotta try to not shake the table because the tripod I have you guys on is a little bit shaky, but I wanted to do a ton of super simple ornaments this year. I wanted it to have like a vintage, almost like Victorian, I guess, just very handmade feel. So all I did was cut out a bunch of different shapes on super pretty glass. Like some of them I did like hand painted, ooh, super light, like little hand painted snowflakes, or on these shaped ones. I don't even know what I did here. I just tried to make like little ivies or something, but I feel like it's gonna be cool. I hope people like them. It's what I'm wanting to do in my own home is just start transforming everything to super classic Christmas. I want, or even like dark, like Charles Dickens Christmas. Very simple, Victorian, pretty, yeah, simple vibes. So hopefully people like it. I just cut out a bunch of super easy shapes and hopefully they will do well. Because even though I'm not supposed to be doing stained glass restocks anymore, I want to put something up. I feel bad for everybody that's followed me for so long on my Instagram. When the holidays come, Halloween and Christmas, I gotta get something up there. I just put up my Griswold big ass Christmas tree. Oh my god, how big is it? I wish I had somewhere that had super tall ceilings. The tallest I could put in really is like 9 foot, maybe 10. But there's not enough space this way if I was to put in one of those trees. Like if you guys watch my vlogs, that sunroom I have that has the sliding glass door, I could put a pretty tall one in there, but that's where our dining room table is, so I couldn't go super wide. Joanna, sounds beautiful. Perfect. Thank you. And what does it look like? Like, I think I asked you guys this last time too, and you said it looked okay. But when I watched the footage back of the actual live stream uploaded to my channel, it didn't look that great. And I don't know if it was just because it wasn't good lighting in there with the Christmas tree. So it was kind of super backlit. I don't know. 7.5 foot fat real tree. Exactly. It looks obnoxious and I love it. Right? So the wideness is what makes all the difference in the world. Actually, on that live stream I did the other day, if you guys saw that Christmas tree, I had originally bought one taller than that, but going, I think it was a half a foot or a foot taller, the tree was astronomically wider. I could not fit it into that room. My literal Christmas tree room. I couldn't fit it in there. So I had to return it and go smaller. That's why it's kind of a thin tree. Normally I don't go for trees that small, but it was so beautiful I couldn't give it up, and that's all the size options I had. It was either that massive super wide one, which I loved. I wish I could fit one that wide and that big in there. I just couldn't. I tried to again put it in that back room over there, but it just did not work. One day I will have a giant Victorian mansion and I can fit huge Christmas trees in many of them everywhere. I'm speaking it into existence. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can count 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 42. 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 68 ornaments just on this table, and I have about maybe a little bit more over there. So I have well over 100 ornaments that I've got to solder, you guys, and I have to get them up and out before Christmas. But I've been so behind on everything, not just my decorating, but I've been having so much fun making content. Making content for Patreon, anywhere. So I've just been slacking. I am way behind. I wanted to get all of these ornaments out, I don't know, at least a week ago, but I've been behind on Christmas shopping. And you guys probably heard me say before, I just wasn't in the Christmas spirit. It didn't feel like Christmas. I don't know why, I just couldn't get into the spirit. Things are just different and stressful. The world, as it has for quite a few years now, has just felt so stressful. I think that has kind of made an impact. And I definitely know it's not just me. So many people I talk to, or even just some friends that I have online, I can see that they've kind of been feeling the same way. I don't know if you guys do, but I'm finally just now kind of getting into the Christmas spirit again. All right, how much can you see? I wonder if I back up over here. Oh, sorry to shake you guys up. Is the chat too, like, in the way for you guys to see that? Or do you guys even care to see what I'm doing anyway? Oh, I finally went to go see Colleen and Ethan. So my best friend Colleen and her fiance Ethan, they just got a new puppy. Again, I was talking about this last live stream. They lost their dog of just about 14 years last summer. So they haven't had a dog this entire time since then. They lost her in June as well, just like Armada. And they finally just got their first puppy. And I was so close. I remember Brittany Spaniel. That's what it is. I think I said in the live stream, I knew I couldn't remember it, and I said Kelly, I think. I don't know. I knew it was some girl's name, but Brittany Spaniel, and it is an adorable little puppy. It's way smaller than I thought. It's 10 weeks old, but I guess they just don't get that big to begin with. So even at 10 weeks old, he's still pretty small, but he was a cute little puppy, probably this big, one of those brown dogs. He's got a little bit, it's not long hair, but it's also not short, and it's super soft, that like rusty brown color, and then all the legs are white and brown speckled. It's pretty cool. It's a hunting dog. That's what Ethan does. He does do a lot of hunting. That's what they eat all winter, is all the stuff that they hunt, or he hunts. So I think he's super excited to actually have a hunting dog, and his hunting training has already started. Definitely seems like a super smart dog. And once again, Whoa, I could just hear something right outside my window. Once again, it's made me think about wanting another dog so bad. Just doesn't feel right not having, it doesn't feel like a pack. Having 2 dogs is very different than 3. It's only 1 dog different, but it feels totally different vibe. It's fine, they're a large side of, they're a large side of medium dog. They're a large side of medium dog. Did you type that right, or am I just not reading that right? Yeah, she said he's only expected to get to like 30 something pounds, I think is what she said. And I'm like, dude, Nova's 20 pounds. Nova's a tank. Like, yeah, that dog is dense, but still, that is not big at all. I don't know. I don't know what I expected. I'm not super familiar with the breed, but I didn't know that they stayed that compact. But he's very, very sweet, very smart, and he's got quite the personality. I don't know what to do, guys. So I'm trying to think, do I want to put chain on, sorry to shake you guys. You work with dogs, Courtney? Cool. Come to my house. Help me train Hydra. She needs some help. I did a ton of training with her when she was younger, but it is a crap ton of work. And to be honest, I didn't continue with it as strict as I should have. So she definitely has areas that need work. And her being half husky, half German shepherd, it's like it's tough training her. She is stubborn. She's so smart, too smart for my own good and hers, and just really, really hard to train, especially now that she's 2 years old. But working with dogs, that sounds awesome. Do you do like a specific training or anything? Are you a vet? What exactly do you do? I would love really any type of job working with animals. Yes, so not large breed, but for a medium dog, they are on the bigger side. Oh, gotcha. That's what I was saying. I was like looking at his legs. He seems like he's going to be tall. But she also said no. She met the mom and dad when they were down there. They picked this dog up in Virginia, and we live up in Massachusetts. So that was a hike, but she got to see the dad photos because he was out hunting and meet the mom. But I guess she said he's going to stay pretty small. I was very surprised by that. Oh, anyways, I get so sidetracked. I don't know what to do. So I was originally thinking to put my normal chains on them because it kind of gives it like, I don't know, but I don't want an industrial vibe. Do I just put jump rings on them and do a nice velvet ribbon, like a super thin, sorry, it's hard to hold because these are hot as hell now. Thankfully I've got my nails, but do I do just a normal jump ring and then later do like at most, or maybe like an 1/8 inch velvet ribbon for the tie in a bow? You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't even decided that yet. And I have a feeling I'm actually going to leave quite a few of these silver. You guys know me, I never leave anything silver. Everything gets patina black. But I'm telling you, the older I get, the more the vibe is just changing. I want old classic Christmas. Silver, gold, all the rainbow lights, the vintage ornaments. I literally bought like flat wooden old-timey looking ornaments. I don't know what is going on with me. And figures, that's right after I bought a ton of outdoor decor. So all my outdoor decor is kind of like super bright white, cool, iridescent, everything. And now I'm like, I hate it all. I want old vintage vibes, which is also hard in a house like this because whoever flipped this house, so this house was a flip, but they did do a pretty darn good job with it, but everything is very now modern inside, and now I want everything to feel old and vintage. We're just going right back to, I just need one day a very old Victorian haunted mansion. Is that too much to ask for, you know? Literally. Hi, Susie. Courtney. I really do. Oh, you run a dog. So Courtney said you got the mix of a Hellion. I have a German Shepherd and I run a dog boarding kennel. That's awesome. Dog boarding kennel, I would call it like a dog hotel. The things I would do to decorate inside that little doggy hotel, I would have so much fun. I've never boarded my dogs anywhere, but every time I bring up wanting to get another dog with Zach, he's like putting the brakes on it because we want to travel. We want to travel, and obviously it's quite difficult. But speaking of dogs, Nova, come here. But I'm getting more fearful with flying. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it feels like the turbulence has gotten absolutely out of control. So on one hand, we don't want to get another dog to have to try to board when we do go away on vacation. But on the other hand, I don't want to fly anywhere anymore. I want to be able to rent something like an RV or a camper that we can just throw on the truck and take the dogs with us and travel, you know? But yes, I literally did get the mix of a Hellion. Dad was 100% German Shepherd. Mom was 100% Alaskan. So she's tough. She's super, super smart and she learns very quickly. I will give her that. She learns very, very quickly, but she can just be so stubborn, so stubborn. And my issue is trying to get her focus. It's like you would think she's a bloodhound or a sight hound of some type, because it's like once she can focus in on a squirrel, I gotta be careful saying that word. Once she focuses in on something like that or a rabbit, anything of that sort, it's like her ears just turn off, and no matter what I do, I can't pull her focus back. I don't know how to. So I've been looking into all sorts of things, like even e-collar training, everything, but I just don't know enough yet to feel confident enough to train her on something like that. But yeah, what's your opinion on e-collars? I'd be curious to see, Courtney. Wisconsin. Leslie, you live in Wisconsin? Were we talking about this the other day? Courtney, I do a jump ring and a fancy hook or ribbon sounds nice. I know, I'm thinking ribbon too. And I got those for wrapping this year. I got like a green velvet, red and black ribbon, and that's what made me think of it. Like if I leave this solder silver, and then do a nice burgundy, very, very thin velvet ribbon as a tie, I think. I don't know. Susie, that is cool foil. So if you want to talk about this foil really quick, this is called New Wave or Wave Copper Foil. Now, unfortunately, it was made by Venture Tape, and Venture Tape, just like so many other stained glass brands or companies that make products for stained glass makers, they went out of business. So as soon as that happened, I bought up as much scalloped or wave foil, which is what that's called. It can be called either. I bought as much of it as I could to just stock up because I didn't know if another company was going to pop up. And sure enough, I found another one on Amazon. I'll get up in a second. I'll show it to you guys. So I'll link that on this video after. Once we finish this video, it'll be uploaded on my channel just like a normal one, and I'll try my best to remember to throw in the description the link to the new wave foil. I haven't used it yet, but it's copper foil and the reviews were good, so I'd imagine it's going to be just fine. So that's good news because I use wave foil all the time. If you guys see my work or follow my Instagram, you guys see this copper foil all the time. So I was devastated when I found out Venture Tape was also going out of business. I was like, are you kidding me? Makes me wish I could. Like, if only I had the money to start my own business, I absolutely would have. So this is what it used to look like. So it was made by 3M, Venture Tape, and it's, yeah, New Wave Copper Foil. So this is regularly just copper backed, and it always only had, so it has flat on one side and then wave on the other. You guys even see that all right? I mean, you can see it on my stained glass anyway, but flat on one side, wave on the other. They went out of business, so I bought up as much as I could. The black back, the copper back, whatever. And then they finally started disappearing. So I knew they were going to be gone. Where is this new box? I have a new box from this company I was talking about. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Stand by, guys. I'm coming, I promise. I don't know. I can't find it. It'll come to me in a second. But either way, I'll link it down below. But the cool thing about the new one that I found is that it's on both sides. So it doesn't just have one flat side. So the back won't be flat like this. It's wave foil on both sides from this new company. So that's pretty damn cool. I'm excited about that. Susie, hey Cap, what's up, dude? Dude, how crazy was that? I was thinking about this again yesterday, the censorship that we were getting the other night. How nuts was that? Brenda, a lot of campgrounds have a 2-dog limit. Oh, interesting. Good to know. Exactly, because I would have to, I mean, I've never done that before. We've always just flown to places and stayed in hotels and stuff, but that's exactly the thing I want to do. Like, we've been all over the world and we've lived in so many different places, but I barely traveled in the US. Like, I've never seen the Grand Canyon. I want to go see all of those things. You know what I mean? I've never even been to California. So if we can drive and travel, and I imagine staying in campgrounds and stuff like that is going to be the most affordable option, especially if we do something like a camper, we're going to have to, but good to know, 2-dog limit. Dude, Cap, I just did them earlier and I was debating. So on my Patreon, I was asking everybody, should I go live again because of that situation with the camera? Hydra, you can't jump up right now. I've got my soldering iron on. I didn't know if I should go live again because I don't have that connection for my camera yet. So earlier during like the peak, so my viewership peaks kind of around, I don't know, like 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. is the absolute highest on like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I almost went live doing my nails earlier today, but then I decided to wait since I was going to be soldering tonight anyway. Excuse me, but this is what I did. And hopefully we don't burn any edges. But I think they came out so good. It's called Mulberry. Sorry to keep shaking, guys, but it's this beautiful burgundy, super, super glittery. So it's got crazy fine glitters in there, and it's like galaxy. I'm super excited. I know you guys probably can't tell, but I swear to God, I went a smidge shorter this time. I really did. Because my husband made a comment yesterday. He's like, honey, your nails are really long. I wasn't saying anything, but that comment got me thinking. I'm like, shit, he's right. I need to rein it in. My nails are ridiculous. But thank you, Cap. Courtney, are you trying to pull her focus back on leash or off leash? Usually, I mean, either, but most of the time it's on. So it's every single day we go on just about a 5-mile bike ride or a walk. And that seems to be the time where she has the most amount of issues because she sees things in our yard all the time. And her recall, of course, in our yard is great, whether those things are there or not. But when we're out on our 5-mile bike rides, are there dogs that she really wants to go play with? It's like 50-50. Sometimes she can be the great dog that I feel I trained her to be. And then the other half of the time, it's like, I've got nothing. Her ears are off. And there's nothing I can do besides physically removing her from that situation. She's not going crazy and not acting like a nut, but she's not listening. She's not paying attention and she's focused elsewhere when she should be focused on where we're going. You know what I mean? Or listening to me. So it's really hard. Leslie, e-collars work great on hunting breeds. Need to get exactly. Yes, I live about 1.5 hours south of Duluth. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So that's exactly what I feel I need, Leslie. If I can just have that tap, I'm hoping that'll be enough to get her back in, we're on the bike mode or we're on a hike or whatever it is. I don't know, because my voice is not enough. Courtney, I've had German Shepherds all my life and I've always, yeah, she's prong collar trained too. I know lots of people hate it. No, absolutely. The prong collar that has changed the game. She is a fantastic dog and does so well because of the prong collar for sure. But yeah, agreed. People that don't know how to use it and don't get good ones, I feel like that doesn't help too. Getting certain prong collars from like Petco is not going to set you up for success. But yes, prong collar has been absolutely great for her. But she's my first German Shepherd. We had all sorts of dogs growing up, like pit bulls, little hot dog dogs. We've had huskies, but pure huskies, if you know what I mean. But we never had German Shepherds. Zach had German Shepherds growing up, so he had always talked about getting one. And then this litter kind of just accidentally happened with a close friend, and she was all black, so I fell in love, but she's been way more of a handful than I anticipated. I mean, I knew obviously both breeds can be incredibly smart and sometimes too smart for their own good, but the stubbornness of her husky just rears its head like crazy sometimes. I know lots of people hate it, but if you learn, yep, correctly use a collar and your dog learns that pinch. Yeah, I'm trying, and I'm like, I don't want to just have to rely on that. So I guess more so, I want to be able to have her off leash. I want to be able to use my voice only and not have to use physical corrections on things that, like I said, it's maybe not even 50-50, because we'll have perfect days sometimes where everything is absolutely okay. She's listening well. I don't even have to slightly even suggest that I'm going to correct. She's tuned in, she's looking at me, she's paying attention, she's checking in. And then there'll just be the off days where it's like everything just shuts off and I have no way to get in, like I said, besides actually physically removing her, so turning around or giving her a correction. Um, is a correction and not a constant thing, you'll hardly have to correct them. I hope so. I need to do something, Courtney. Oh, AI overlords. Is it AI, dude? Oh, God. I guess it is, right? Technically. I would imagine it's just like certain words they completely block for whatever reason to make sure, like, okay, people just are not having any conversations about that. Why we wouldn't be allowed to have conversations about whatever cult it was that we were talking about. I can't even remember. I don't know. Ella, hi Ella, how are you? So if your nails were black and white like the rest of the outfit, you'd almost look like old school horror Twilight Zone. But with the splash of red, you kind of look like a Sun City character. Sun City. Is that a video game? Or am I just like blanking out? Yeah, I like it. And I think that's the reason why I can do it, why my nails are always kind of like, is caveat the right word? Nails are off limits. I can do any colors on my nails, I think, because I always only usually just wear black, except for pajamas. Pajamas and nails, I'm okay with all the colors in the world. But clothing during the day, going out anywhere, it's usually got to be black. Sin City. Oh, okay. So that's like Grand Theft Auto Sin City. Is that what you mean? Sorry. Ella, my dogs have always listened to my husband more. Not here. I am definitely top dog. But I think that's also because Zach is gone so much. He's firefighter, military, EMT. And I mean, they're females too, which is interesting. But yeah, they are my girls for sure. Courtney, I would find a trainer who specializes in that and just work with them. Repetition and positive reinforcement. I think that's another thing too. I definitely got lazy with kind of doing both. So like that perfect balance training, I got lazy with taking the treats every single time. And now that she's hit 2 years old, it's my fault for sure. I loosened up, and I think I definitely need to be trained better on how to communicate even better with her. Like I know, yeah, I think you're right. I do need to find a professional that can actually help me get to her a little bit quicker and more efficient. Because what if there is some emergency? Like she knows she can't just blast outdoors, but say if she was to just blast out my front door someday and run down the street, what if there's some emergency where I need to recall her and she's running up to a pit bull that she thinks is going to be friendly and she just happens to be in that 25% chance mood that she wants to go play and is not listening, and I can't get her to come back, and that's effing scary. Oh, I think based on comic books, Sin City was black and white movies with random splashes of color. I wish I had my phone. Where is I gotta do this again. I gotta get my iPad again. I keep putting my hand in so much. I am using this flux and I've been enjoying it. I know, gasp, it's not Novocaine flux. I've been using this gel flux and I'm quite enjoying it, but I keep putting my hand in it and it's driving me nuts. Cap, I'm gonna look that up after. Leslie, for some reason I can't see it. It says message retracted. So I don't know if you like dropped a link or something like that, but I can't see it. If you want to DM me on Instagram, you can absolutely do that. Ella, we were talking about Scientology, that's it. And Tom Cruise is in it. 100%. And so many people I would have never imagined. Like Tom Cruise is just the tip of the iceberg. What's that guy from Pulp Fiction and so many other movies? Grease. What is his name? Super, super famous. And he like looks kind of weird now. I don't know what happened, just like so many celebrities. I don't know what they're doing to their faces, yanking them back still. I don't know. What is his name? Alexa, what is the main character in Greece?
According to fandom,
Sorry if you
the
have
main
Alexa, guys.
characters from Greece include Danny Zuko,
Yeah.
Sandy Olsen, Betty Rizzo,
No, I need their...
Nikki, Judy, Sunny, Cutsy.
Alexa, what's Danny Zuko's real name in Greece?
From HollywoodLife.com. In 2015,
Travolta, thank you.
Danny
Alexa,
Zuko.
stop. John Travolta, yes, he's in there too. So many people. And I remember when I found out he was in it too, I was absolutely shocked. Absolutely shocked. I just want to know why. How? How does that happen to these people? Or are they in it just because they get that Tom Cruise treatment? You know what I mean? Like all the stories you hear about, like Leah Remini, I think is how you say her name, talking about how they pretty much, he was God to them. So I wonder if a lot of these famous people do join it because they know they are going to get treated so well. I don't know. It's absolutely insane. Leslie used one on our dogs for recall and yard boundaries. They're really smart and learn quickly. Yeah, I think I would be really happy. I already got a really nice e-collar, but I'm not trained well enough on it yet. She's trained pretty damn good on the prong collar, so I would be happy if I could use that e-collar just so I could have just that extra safety net, you know? Fab Inc. Travolta. You're the one who said it first. Thank you very much. Cat Travolta. My husband's an engineer on a towboat. So he's gone 28 days every other month, and my dogs still listen to him more. Are they female or male? I'm curious. That's how Mita was, Armada. Like, well, I guess, I don't even know. So maybe you're right. Maybe they do listen to him more. Like they fear his voice more. Like when he says that's enough, it's different than when I say it. Maybe what I just mean is they love me more. They follow me around the house. They are my absolute shadows nonstop. So maybe that's the difference. Maybe he is top dog and they just follow me around more and they consider me more of an equal. I don't know. I don't think so, but Cat and Danny Masterson. I was just gonna say who's now in prison for non-consensual. Dude, I don't even know. I can't believe after that happened, Mila and Ashton came out like kind of on his behalf. It was just, oh God, the whole thing was a bad look. Susie, hi Susie. Thanks. I think it makes the ornaments look classy. Would do a velvet ribbon. I think so too. I think ribbon is going to be the way to go. A la John Travolta. Oh, they're male. Interesting. Yeah, fear his voice more for sure. Our dogs definitely love me more. Okay, so yeah, that's probably what it is. Me just being delusional, thinking that I am top dog. Oh, I don't know. I'm torn. I know they definitely love me more. We have more of a bond. But who can deny a 6 foot, jacked, super deep voice male dude? You know? All right, so the question is what size jump rings am I going to put on these? Especially if I'm going to do velvet. 8mm jump rings aren't really that big. I think that's what we're going to have to stick with because I don't have fucking 120 10mm jump rings. I'm going to need so many. Have you ever tried Tattoo Flash as a pound for glass? No, I haven't, but I can try. I can actually, yeah, I can ask around and I can ask my tattoo artist how he feels about that. But yeah, I don't see why not. As long as the other artist consents. Probably be pretty fun, actually. I've never thought about that. That's a good idea, Kat. Very good idea. I put way too much flux down there, but that's okay. Gosh, I hope people like these ornaments. Like I said, I don't know. I want everything to be simpler, pretty, not super cluttered. And I hate to use the word minimalist because it's not even that. It's not even minimalist. It's truly just simple. That's it. Let the glass do the talking. And that's kind of how I've always been anyway. But normally for my ornaments, I'm making bats and moons and all sorts of stuff, which of course I absolutely still love, but this is just definitely going to be a different vibe this year. So hopefully people enjoy it. Gosh, I love Christmas. Me and my husband were talking about this the other day. Why can't Santa just be real, dude? Imagine. The world is a crazy place. The fact that we exist is nuts. Why can't Santa just be real? You know what I mean? I mean, shit. I'd probably be getting coal anyway, but it would be magical. And it does make me think about having children. Because I just want to give them that magic. Christmas was such a magical time for me as a kid, me and all my siblings. Obviously, I think about that. And I've never felt that way in my entire life. It's been like a steadfast, nope, don't ever, never even think about it, not even a whisper of wanting children. But now, I'm kind of like, yeah, I think I want a kid. Of course, now that I'm effing 32. Which I'm pretty sure, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 32 is considered like, what's the word? There's a certain term for it, but I'm pretty sure 32 is considered like old to be pregnant. I'd be like high risk pregnancy being 32. Which sucks. And me, the amount of anxiety I have, God, it would probably be awful. Just constantly worried if something is wrong or not. All right, well, I guess that's pretty easy. If all I'm going to have to do, those would be pretty crazy earrings. I did make smaller ones, but yes, these would be pretty damn heavy. They'd be sick, though. Probably too heavy, though. Well, maybe not. Like, they would pull a little bit, but as long as you didn't have any, like, rippage in your earrings, they'd probably work. But I did make smaller ones. That would work a little bit better. But just super simple and pretty. And these ones are just clear iridescent. I don't even know what texture this is, because again, it's not, I always forget. It's not hammered, it's not rough rolled. I can't remember what this texture glass is, and it's not a water glass. This one might be water, but not the clear one. My sister had a baby at 43 and she was fine. Thank you, Ella. I know, I feel like, I don't know, I just don't like it being deemed high risk pregnancy because I'm 32. High risk starts at 35. Cat, woo! Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I've got a little bit of time. All right, I need to put my hair up, you guys, because I'm already starting to sweat with this stupid Santa hat on. I mean, come on, black Santa hat, that's the best. All right, I'll be right back, and I need to find that foil so I can show you guys. Oh, this leg is gonna be asleep. I'll be right back. I'm coming, guys. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I had to go all the way upstairs. High risk starts at 35. Why did I thought it was 30 or 32? Ella, dude, I don't even know the last time I've seen one of those. I don't go to the doctor. It's terrible, but I'm sure you guys could have guessed that. Don't like the dentist. I never had an issue with it. My mom and my sister were in the dental field forever. And the entire time I was growing up until my mom got sick anyway. But when I lived in Boston for a little while, I had an emergency situation and I couldn't get in somewhere. So I ended up going to like one of those like training schools, like dental training schools, because they could get me in early in the morning and I was in excruciating pain. And that was a mistake. Absolutely a mistake, and I was traumatized from that. Don't do dentists unless I absolutely have to. Doctor, just a normal doctor. I couldn't tell you the last time I went. You need to go see a doctor. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't know why. No, yes I do. I get that from my mother. She was the same way. We'll set the appointment and then like postpone it or just won't make it at all. But I know I need to because I want to make sure, especially if I'm going to get pregnant, that everything is kosher. I want every cavity filled. I want everything perfect if I have any issues before I was to get pregnant. So that will happen if having a child is something that I actually am serious about. Because I don't know. Still don't know. I think about it a lot, yes, but it's effing scary. Like, I'm 32. And I'm aware that makes me selfish, like thinking about how drastically, of course, my life would change having a child, but I want one. I think it's time. Anybody in my family, if they were to be watching this, their jaws would probably be dropped on the floor because I've not said this to anybody. I go to a regular doctor, but not a gyno, so I can't talk. Right? Dude, the shit sucks. Like, unless something is wrong, of course, or if I felt like something was wrong, I would go, but God, that shit is not a good time. And I don't do the other one either, where you have to get your shit smashed. I'm not down with that. Like, I will do self-exams, doesn't run in the family. I'm not getting my fucking tits mashed into nothing. I've never done it, but I know. I think you're supposed to do that at 30 as well. Or actually, maybe even earlier than that. But I ain't never done that shit either. And I know I should. I just can't help it. I'm spoiled, you guys. I think that's what it is. Because I work from home. I dictate my own schedule all the time. It's not like I have a fear of the other doctors. Dentists, I do not like. I definitely F myself up going to that dental school. But regular doctors, it's more of just the inconvenience of it. And once again, I know nothing is worth your health, but I don't have time and don't want to make time to stop and go to a doctor, especially if nothing is wrong. For you to tap on my knees, I don't even know. Do they still do that as like adults? Check your reflexes? For you to tap on my knees and send me on my way and then charge me. I don't want to do that. What's fun is waiting until 40 to get last wisdom. Oh, yeah, I'm 32 and I got all 4 of mine. All 4 still. Leslie, it's good. You're looking at both sides. They are your life for 18 years. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I get that feeling now more than ever and wanting to share my life. I think it's just, I have to acknowledge the fact that my life is going to drastically change. Like when I get up in the morning, my only concern is not going to be making coffee, letting the dogs out, and getting to work when I feel like it, you know? It's going to be a lot different. I'd be curious to see how the dogs act too. How little jealous Nova would be with a new baby in the house. And yes, by the way, I meant to mention this at the beginning of the stream. Normally, I would have my Hako FA400, my smoke absorber right here, but obviously I could not do that if I was going to be live streaming. So if you guys are soldering, 1, you should probably be wearing gloves unless you have 2-inch nails like I do, and 2, you definitely should be using a smoke absorber or some type of fume, whatever. Cap, did you end up getting them removed when you were 40? Like I said, I still got all 4 of mine. BW just got here, not sure what's going on, but feel better. Mac, thank you. My VA doctor wanted me to stop. Are you getting messages? Is that you again, Cap? If you can't see one of your messages, you got blocked, and I don't even have the option to approve it this time. When I click on it, oh, there we go. It was you, Ella. Show. Will it let me? It won't let me. But I can see it at least, Ella. Well, I agree. I do have my boobs squashed every year, and it doesn't run in my family, but it's free for so I go ahead and do it. You're right. I do need to go and do that one. Susie, hi Susie. My wife heard you asking about Travolta and started telling me. Sorry. Kep, I did that once. It was absolutely disgusting. When was your last lead test? Never had one. Kep, the last one, first 3 were at once. Never had a lead test simply because I am not ingesting it. If I was grinding it, eating it, anything of that sort, then yes, I would. But as long as you're washing your hands and not consuming it, you should be absolutely okay. But if you were to like grind it up into a pulp, put it in a smoothie and drink it, then you definitely have some concerns. But yeah, I've never had one. And with the fumes, the concern is the flux. The flux fumes is definitely what you don't want to be breathing in because they can cause all sorts of just respiratory issues. So you should definitely be protecting yourself from the flux fumes for sure. Another message held for review. What are you guys saying? Cap, I also have to anesthesia. So infant to be put out all local, wide awake, just laying there while they wrench in my head. Oh, dude. Well, I'm not looking forward to it. I have had teeth pulled before, like a different tooth. Obviously, wisdom teeth can be a lot more intense, but luckily none of mine are impacted. They're not sideways. So hopefully I'll get lucky. And I don't care if I'm put under or not. But I kind of described it similarly when they were pulling the teeth. The dentist literally held my head like a football. He put his hands like all the way around my head like this, held it super, super tight right here, held my head like a football, and just popped right out. He said he was done. This is the first time I had ever met this doctor, you guys, and out of just instinct, I literally grabbed his arm like he was my best friend and said, "You're kidding," and started laughing because I thought he was joking. That's how fast it went. So I'm hoping it's going to be the same type of scenario when I inevitably have to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken care of. My issue is going to be not doing this. I will say when I got that tooth pulled, I did do very good. I did not do that. I just got one of those patches, like old school patches, used that, and it actually worked. It helped a lot. I didn't think about it, and thank God I did not get dry socket, because that shit is horrifying. I don't know what all you guys are saying, but you guys keep getting messages blocked, and I have no control over that. I don't know why. I have like certain, obviously really bad words blocked from my channel, which I know you guys are not saying, but anything else that you guys are getting blocked, that is not on me. And like I said, these ones, the one just talking about your boobs getting smashed, I couldn't even approve that myself. It once again said that another moderator handled it, which I don't have moderators, so they're saying YouTube. Which once again is just bullshit. It gets me every time. So they ask quite frequently sometimes for creators to fill out surveys. So YouTube will ask different creators or all creators to fill out surveys to try to help make YouTube better. And one was literally this morning, and I wrote in it, you guys need to stop with the whole YouTube is not a platform for children, but also punish channels that make content for adults. And I don't even mean like adult content. I'm talking about like just what me and you guys are doing. Like I should be able to swear if my channel is for adults. I should be able to talk about any cult I want or celebrities. Like I don't understand it. But I did write that on the survey this morning and it made me think of you guys. Handling lead without gloves. Are you using D-lead soap? No, again, I'm on the side of people that agree with we're not ingesting it and we're not wearing it. So until it's getting ground up and we're not heating it to a point of evaporation, so it shouldn't be technically a concern. I just wash my hands, obviously, when I'm done and I'm not putting my hands in my mouth. Ella, I didn't get a message saying it was blocked. I think it was yours. I'm going to guess, because I could read it, but there's also still a message there that says message held for review. Oh, that was another one. Ella, they won't let us say boobs. Can you guys see that? This message is held for review. And then I can click show, but then when I hit show, another moderator just handled this. Maybe it is letting me approve it. I don't know. Censorship, for real. The censorship is unbelievable. Like, we're all adults here. We can handle this. YouTube is not for children. And it's not my responsibility to control what other people's children are watching. They shouldn't be on YouTube. Uncontrolled anyway. Fab Inc. I don't let them use Novocaine on me. I would rather the pain. No fucking way, dude. Are you serious? I could never. Chris, what's up, Chris? It's okay. I'm glad you made it. Kep, if you want me to drop a flash, you can try with glass. Dude, definitely. For sure. Send me an email or a DM on Instagram so I don't forget. And then meantime, I'll be thinking of a topic or subject. Try to turn your fume eater machine on or fan. I'm sure it's not too loud. Oh, dude, it's so loud. The FA400 is super, super, super loud. But I do have a window right here I can pop right open. Dawn dish soap can help remove. Oh yeah, that's all I use is Dawn dish soap to clean everything. LOL, it just says censored. No way I feel any pain at all. I let that dentist know. Same. Exactly what I do after that situation happened. Like, I feel like I've got a pretty high pain tolerance, and what made me angry was I had an infection going on in there, and it was multiple teeth involved. Obviously, when your tooth is infected, numbing it is much more difficult, never mind it being on the lower jaw. So she's banging on this tooth that has been infected, that I've literally been crying over for days. I'll never forget it. I was sitting behind the bed because I didn't want my husband, this was many, many years ago, I didn't want my husband to come in and see me. I was talking to my mom on the phone, trying to figure out what to do because they had always taken care of all my dentist, everything. And I was out in Boston. It was an emergency situation. I could not handle the pain anymore. I was bawling my eyes out, and I finally get there. They try to numb me, doesn't work. I tell them, they do it again, doesn't work, do it again. And she's in there banging on that tooth with a tool, which is excruciating pain. And as she's banging on it, she's like, are you sure? You shouldn't be able to feel that. Like, bro, I'm not going to say that I feel it and that it's excruciating pain for funsies. Getting hit with more and more shots of Novocaine is not a good time, you idiot. And beyond that, she got bleach on one of my like $70 limited edition Donnie Darko sweaters. And that was just the icing on the cake. Like, I can't get this back. You just ruined this hoodie. Ruined this hoodie and ruined my idea of dentistry. But like I said, that was a long time ago. Since then is when I saw the other dentist that was super cool and that pulled the tooth and did it super, super quick. He was awesome. See if I can crack into my IG. Oh, IG or Kat, do you have my email? My email is in all of my YouTube video descriptions. I don't know if you can see the description of this one until it's on my actually uploaded on my channel, but it'll be in the description of this one as well, but it's in all of them. The dentist said if the tooth problem doesn't touch the nerves, there's no need for it. No, absolutely. If it's not nerve pain, you should be okay, but ain't nothing like nerve pain. And I got lucky with a recent issue I had. They had all been root canals, so the pain wasn't a concern. I knew I was not going to be able to get much done. I don't know what I was thinking going to try to solder and talk to you guys at the same time. I've gotten 4 done. I've gotten 4 done, you guys. But I don't want you guys to just sit here and feel like obligated to talk to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll get more comfortable with lives, of course, as we go, but I wanted something to do, just in case you guys want to watch me do something and not just sit here and talk and look like an idiot. You know? Tooth pain is absolutely horrible. It is. There is nothing like dental or tooth pain. I can handle everything, but for some reason, dental pain is just, whew, cannot handle it. I just ripped my pajama pants, the hem at the bottom, I think. I do. So, hold on. Ella, 2 extra strength Tylenol and want to leave usually helps with the toothache unless you have explosive. Exactly, for sure. Yeah, pain meds don't do anything, even for nerve pain too. Bang, do you still use that scar removal oil on your wound? Did it get any smaller or go away? So, when I was consistent with it, 100%. Absolutely. So, what's weird is it seems to go, like, come and go in waves on its own. But when I was consistent with that oil, I saw huge improvement. And then I saw a little bit of regression, but it's not even close to what it was before. Like, do you remember how lumpy and huge it was? Like, you could see it from the side profile. You can't anymore. Like, it's barely raised. So that oil definitely helped. And the more consistent with it, the better of results you get. So I would say yes, but I stopped being consistent with it like I do with most things like that. But yeah, I saw improvement and I was happy with that. I mean, granted, like on camera, that ledge looks much more shiny. I feel like obviously the necklaces help, but I feel like in person it doesn't look as bad as it does on camera. But just feeling it is like that's a 50% decrease in how just thick and bubbly it felt before. I don't know how else to put it. It wasn't necessarily super hard. It was just very raised and very bubbly feeling. Definitely got smaller, didn't go away. Yeah, just necklaces help, but I should have kept up with it for sure. Absolutely recommend that stuff. And I found that stuff just randomly on Amazon one day, you guys. I can't remember if I looked it up or if it was just suggested to me or what. Oh yeah, I need to find, where the hell did I put? I thought I put that foil somewhere just so I could make a video on it. I didn't want to forget about it. I wanted to make a video kind of testing out that replacement new wave copper foil, but I cannot see that container anywhere. I don't know where the hell it is. All right, I got one more spot. I can look. Hold on. I need to not trip over this. The way I have everything set up, my soldering iron cord is going right here, so I don't want to trip and eat shit. If you hear me, I'm baking over here. That's what that noise is. I could have sworn that I put it with all my other foil. So how is it not here? Regular foil, black back, Studio Pro. What the heck did I do with it? I literally just had it sitting on top of my printer, so I would not forget. And what have I done? I've forgotten. Oh, well, I did find this. That is so strange. It's literally a huge box of brand new copper foil. How do I lose that, dude? I don't know. Well, like I said, either way, I'll link it down below. Let me see if this is dead. I haven't plugged it in since the other live stream. I've got 12% left. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for using this on live stream, but once again, it's like, okay, can't make content for kids because YouTube ain't for kids, but I can't do adult things on here. Super irritating. Oh my God, there's 75 of you guys in here. Holy shit. That gives me anxiety. 83? Hello, everybody. Kev, I did it. Message sent. Okay, perfect. I need to get into my IG. Anyway, I deleted my Facebook and need to update my R on IG. Dude, IG has been like dying. I don't blame you. And recently I've been, once again, I feel bad for everybody that my IG is mostly one, customers, and two, other artists that I kind of originally got to the level I was at with, which made me start doing stained glass full time. So I want to give them a heads up, but I want to switch my Instagram to my name, guys. I just want all of my platforms to be the same name and to be able to post whatever I want. I'm getting really close. Oh, perfect, Kat. Thank you. Ella, I can't find anything in my craft room or sewing room. Literally, I know. I feel that way right now. If again though, if I turn the camera, you guys would be like, holy shit. But it's organized chaos, okay? I know where everything is usually. It's just this one instance for some reason I cannot find. This is very, very strange. It's literally a brand new box, and I have a certain area where I kind of keep everything with planned videos. I have new ring saw bits right here I want to test out, and Gryphon sent me some, or Griffin, whatever you guys want to say. They sent me some slip-on bits for that grinder that I freaking hate. But I don't think it's going to matter anyway, because even using the Griffin slip-on bits, it's still not going to make the grate be able to slide up over. You know what I'm saying? If you guys know the grinder fiasco, then you know what I'm talking about. But normally that's where I stick everything, and it was sitting right there. So I don't know where it went. I wonder if I actually pulled it out and put it inside one of my foil holders. But again, I wouldn't have done that. I wanted to make a video on it. I don't know. All right, off screen for a second, guys. Doing very adult things. Did I already cover all of these? Okay, almost 8 down. We are making some serious progress with these ornaments, y'all. Would you guys be okay if I just sat here and talked to you? Or is it better when I am doing something like this where you can kind of watch me do this as well? Watch me struggle. I get asked all the time, like, do my nails make things more difficult? And 99.9% of the time, no. Not only do they not make things more difficult, they help. But when it comes to super, super tiny things like this, sometimes it can make things like this tricky. Dealing with little tiny, teeny tiny jump rings and things like that, it can be a little bit harder. 100% I will find it after the live. Ella and Leslie said the same thing. Yep. Kept the spiders, sold it to the local. Stop. Bray, hi. I just got into stained glass a few months ago, and I've loved your videos. Hi, Bray. Welcome to stained glass. How's it going? Hopefully you found my videos helpful. I will never forget when I first started stained glass and I went onto YouTube, the videos that I found, it's not like they were terrible videos, but they were just much older videos, and they were much older folks doing it. So it was just, I think it was a little bit difficult for them to kind of also figure out the like cameras and stuff like that too. And there was almost nothing on there then that I could find anyway. And that's exactly why I started YouTube, because I wanted to be able to teach people at least what I had learned so far. Because back then as well, 6 years ago, people were so gatekeepy. Like even people that I would have considered like friends, or people that I had bought so much stained glass from just because I had bought a ton before I actually fell in love with it, and way before I ever even thought about making myself one, which if you guys have heard this story, you know, the very first piece I ever made, I didn't intend to start making stained glass. I just wanted to make one single piece. I wanted to make this ugly little cauldron, which if you guys want to see it, I'll show it to you. It's horrifying, but I got it right here. I wanted to make one little ugly cauldron with a little like fire underneath it. And as soon as I made that piece, I knew. It clicked in my brain. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But during that time, people were so gatekeepy and mean and catty, just weren't willing to help, weren't willing to share information. People were awful. People were absolutely awful. And there's one creator, which I can't remember her name, but I believe I can tell you guys the story. All right, here's what happened. So when I was first growing, I was growing, like I said, with a specific kind of group of a bunch of other artists and creators. And a specific other account that I had been friends with, hold no ill will towards her, asked me to make her a custom piece. And the custom piece was inspired by this person. Again, inspired by. So I didn't know any better. And I made a piece inspired by that. Well, that person did not like that. Did not like that at all. And I didn't know them at that time, but the person that asked me to make the custom did know them. So it kind of just made me feel extra weird. But again, doesn't matter. The person who did see it, who was a huge creator at that time, came at me, dude. Came at me like all sorts of sideways. And it, one, pissed me off. And two, just completely shut me down to trying to connect with other stained glass artists, which I do regret. It just totally shut me off because that was like the final straw, the final bad experience of dealing with other stained glass artists and realizing I wasn't going to get help from any of them. And that's when I was like, F this shit. I'm going on YouTube and I'm going to tell everybody everything I can for free. Yeah, people were terrible. And that one artist, she was just awful to me. And I'm pretty sure, no, I'm 100% sure, because when you hear something once, it's like, okay, twice, coincidence. But after so many people tell you somebody is saying bad things about you, it's stemming from somewhere true. So I know she was going and talking shit. And she didn't know anything about me. And again, you could have just come to me woman to woman. But the point was, I know in my old folders, I have the original pattern and the DMs of this person asking me to make the inspired by piece because she was trying to say that I was just going out and copying her. No, not the case. I literally just started stained glass. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a nobody. But she tried to attack me, make me feel little, and make me feel like shit. So I kept it. So I know I've got her name in there somewhere in the original conversation, just in case that girl ever decided to come back to me and apologize. I had held on to it for that long just in case, and she never did. I have no idea where she is now. Like I said, I can't even remember her name. Of course, I would never say it on live if I could, but yeah, people are awful, and it just shut me down to, like I said, trying to connect with other stained glass artists. It just made me very, very weary, very protective of my space, and I just focused on trying to teach other people and teach them for free because I didn't give a shit anymore. Oops, sorry guys, I've got a lot to catch up on. Again, Bree, welcome to Stained Glass, and thank you for popping into the live. Bobby, what's up, Bobby? It's a foil. I misplaced my curvy foil the other day. Drove me nuts. I found it in the first place I looked, of course, just under a bag of something else. I know, I just picked up this mailer right here. That's from Griffon, and I wonder if it's under that, and I just didn't look enough. I'll look again. Cap, it's like you have chopsticks taped to your fingers. Chopsticks taped to my fingers. It's not that bad. Like I said, I went smaller, okay? I think I chopped like, so what the original tip is probably like, hopefully you guys can see that okay. It's probably that one. That's how much I chopped off the tip today. Where before, I would have chopped off like just a little bit, you know, or I would have chopped off just that much. I went a little shorter, all right? Cut me some slack. I'm trying. Picture me tacking up a horse with these nails, you guys. It's funny. But again, they help me. They're like my little tools. They don't make 99.9% of things more difficult. I mean, how many of you guys can pick up super hot pieces of stained glass? You definitely can't. I can because I can't feel the tips of my chopsticks. Oh, I know I was super behind. Dude, I get so distracted. Bray, maniacally making Christmas presents right now. Oh, fun. Oh, maniacally. I need to start rapping, dude. I'm so fucking behind. Cat, before I found your channel, all I could find was sure dry, boring, early 90s torture videos. Exactly. Chris, I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you. Oh, that is my husband. Hold on one second, you guys. I told you on Patreon I'm going to incorporate woodworking. We can collaborate. Yes, that would be sick. I love the... Oh, that's who you are. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Helps me put those names and screen names together. Yeah, I love the idea of doing any type of mixed media, anything. I think that would be really, really fun. Cap, thank you for liking as soon as you opened. Bree, I hate that. Ella, my husband got me the kit for the kaleidoscope airplane, and I'm a nervous wreck to try it. Why? I've watched your video a few times. I'm still nervous. Dude, don't be nervous at all. And the thing about that is the cuts of the glass, even if you do mess that up, you still should technically be able to deconstruct it. So what I would do if I was to deconstruct any piece like that, like if I did mess up, is you get a pair of either dikes, I think is what they're called, or just wire cutters, and you literally just start slowly peeling back that already soldered foil. Like, of course, it's tricky when it's a super built up heavy bead, but if you can get a nice sharp pair of wire cutters, you can literally just peel back all of that already soldered foil and just start over. Obviously, take it to the sink again, rewash it, treat it just like you would a new piece of glass that you're prepping for foil, but don't be nervous. You should do it. It's super fun and it's so satisfying. When I had that kaleidoscope plane done, I was like, I'm so good. This is genius. And I didn't even make that design. Ella, we appreciate your videos. Thank you, Ella. Bree, I had a friend who took some stained glass in high school and wanted someone to take a class with them, and I was free. Hell yeah. Bree, and then I learned a lot from a sweet old hippie woman. Those type of people are the best, though. A lot of the times I get this comment so much. Oh, I took a stained glass class and I just learned so much more in this video. Something along those lines, which I'm not saying that to like sound, I'm not saying that to sound, what's the word? Like full of myself, but I get that comment a lot. So if you can find yourself a good stained glass teacher that's actually giving you all of the good, true information, then hold on to them, because I get that comment so much that they pay for these classes, and essentially I think they're just kind of shoved in the corner and told what to do, and not taught how to make stained glass, if that makes sense. Ella, I've learned a lot from your videos. Thank you, Ella. Bradford, is that a Goosebumps tattoo? Absolutely. Where even is it? Yes. I've got a Goosebumps one right there. I love Goosebumps so much. And I've got 2 Goosebumps tattoos right here, which I will probably get in trouble if I showed you guys just because they're really low down right here. I've got the Haunted Mask 1 and 2 on both sides, but I'm going to do an updated tattoo tour video because I have quite a few more than what I did from the last time I did that video. But because of the nature of it, and just because it's a lot of skin, even though I'm going to try to just do little patches at a time, I think it's going to be too much for YouTube. So I'm pretty sure I will put that video on Patreon, but there will be an updated tattoo tour video soon. Did you ride this week? Yes, I did. So I actually ride every Monday. I have horseback riding lessons. And this Monday was super, super fun because I got to learn something I had no idea. I don't know how, but I guess it's just one of those things where unless you own your own horses, which I technically never did, it's not something you see. I've seen horse chiropractors and stuff like that, but I got to learn myself and got to do on 3 horses how to fully stretch them out. So just like in the winter, for example, them, if they're getting kind of stuck standing in the stall all day, if it's too mucky outside, whatever it is, they need to have their muscles kind of stretched out. So it's super fun actually learning how to and getting to physically stretch out 3 different horses. It was super, super fun. But yes, I ride every Monday. Where do you get these nails? I want to glue some on and try it just for the hell of it. Do it, Kep. It's so much fun. I try to ask Zach to do that shit all the time, or mascara, but he's not down. He's no fun. So I get full coverage tips. These are full coverage gel tips, but if you're doing it just for fun, you could get them actually, but you're not going to get them this long. Do you want them this long and insane? If you want one set, I can just mail you a set. Otherwise, it's going to be expensive. The shit ain't cheap. If you want them this long, I get all of my stuff from eNail Couture. eNailcouture.com is where I get all of my supplies, and they're called full coverage gel extensions. But if you want to just throw them on and see what happens, I would just get these or any kind of tip. If you don't care what nail length it is, then you could find them at like any beauty supply store and just glue them on with nail glue. And they'll be a lot easier to come off. And then you can just put your hands in some soapy water and they'll soak off. Simple plan. Okay, thank you, Fab. Now I know. I have a hard time cutting straight strips. Try something like the Cutter's Mate, or have you ever tried using even just a ruler? Like just use a normal surface and use a long, what are they called, you guys? Those like metal, I'm pretty sure it's for like carpentry, but those super heavy duty metal rulers that have like a straight edge. I would try to use those and see if using that and then kind of going down to a little bit smaller of a ruler, it'll be a little bit easier. But learning on the bigger one will help prevent you from slipping, because that's the hardest part. If you're going to kind of freehand a super straight edge and use a ruler to help, the hardest part is not letting that ruler slip. So I would start super big with one of those super like heavy duty metal rulers. Then you can go down to a little bit smaller and you just run your score across that ruler, and that should help a lot. Or use something like a cutter's mate, something like that. You know what I mean? Yes, metal ruler. Exactly. Deborah, appreciate you. Thank you. Ed, hello. Bree, she was so chill and open to all the techniques. Exactly. So when you find somebody like that, you've got to hold on to them. Because like I said, it seems, from what I can gather and from what the comments say, like it just seems like these people are going into the classes and they're like, okay, here you guys go. You're going to put these together. Take this thing and you're going to melt it with that thing. And then you got your stained glass piece. So they're not actually learning how to make stained glass. They're just being told what to do and not why to do it. And you guys hear me say that all the time. If you can learn the why behind your doing, if you can learn the why behind what you're doing, you're going to learn a lot better and it's going to stick. It's going to make sense. Like when I think about how an engine works, if I can learn how, or how a clutch works, if I can learn the actual mechanics of it and how it's working, I'm going to understand it a whole lot better. Does that make sense? The foil you're using, what does it look like soldered? So we talked about this earlier before you came in. This is called New Wave or Scalloped Edge Copper Foil. So this was made by a company called Venture Tape, and Venture Tape, unfortunately, do you guys hear that? That was Hydra. She does not bark like that often. There's something outside. Let me pull her in. I'll be right back, guys. I won't forget. I'll keep telling you about Venture Tape in a second. Or somebody in the comments can. Okay. Yeah, so the scalloped foil or New Wave foil was made by a company. So 3M made it, but it was Venture Tape. And just like many other businesses, they went out of business. But I recently found a new one, and it was right on Amazon. I can't remember the name of the brand. I'd been looking for it. I'm going to try and find it again in a second for you guys, but either way, I'm going to have it linked in the description of this video after it is uploaded on my channel when we're done live streaming. But I found another one on Amazon, and it's double-sided. So the downside of the Venture Tape one was always it was only scalloped on one edge. This new one that I found on Amazon, it's scalloped on both sides, which is super, super cool. But I wanted to do a video kind of reviewing that brand and their copper foil. So, yeah, gotta find that. Cap, should I make a video of crazy brown fucking dude putting on giant nails? Definitely. There's an audience for everything. Framing squares. Thank you, Chris. That's it. Framing square. I was going to run downstairs and get it, but I forgot. Yes, framing square. That's what I would suggest you use, especially if you're cutting larger pieces. Of course, you're only making a kaleidoscope, but my suggestion is to start with something larger like a framing square, just because you're going to be a lot less likely to let that thing slide while you're kind of learning how to use a ruler to cut straight edges. Ella, my cockatoo heard your dogs barking. Now he's barking. Oh my god, no way. So cool. I wish we could hear it. Now they're in here fighting. Last live, Hydra was not feeling good at all. Luckily, that very next day, she woke up and she was totally back to normal. All right, let me unplug this just for a second. Nobody, you want to come say hi to everybody? Not you. I mean, I guess you can. Just please don't knock anything over. Hydra. Come. You can come up. Say hi to everybody. Okay, gross. Thank you. You're supposed to say hi to everybody. Do not get your face on the table. Say, yes, I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. Okay. Nova's turn. Come here. Let her through, you butthead. Okay. I know. Stop it. You're going to make Ella's bird freak out. Okay, say hi, say bye. Alright, go play. Out of my office. Out, out, out. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Oh God, you guys, I gotta respond to my husband. Let me see if I can even respond. Fire calls. Sorry, 1 second, you guys. The downsides of me streaming on my phone. Oh, and Kep, I see that you messaged me. I'm going to leave that notification there so I don't forget. Okay. Sorry, guys. I almost pushed myself laughing at that insane Jacob Marley video. Yeah, I need to get a framing square. Yes, framing square. Or just something, or even one of those artist rulers. Those super heavy-duty metal ones. It's just like half of a framing square, you know, so you don't have to go that insane. Oh, he sounds just like a dog. He's barking. I wish I could hear that. That is too freaking funny. It just turned into a You're My Phone POV. Like when I took that down so you could see the shades right behind you. Is that what you mean, Cap? You could see behind you? Sorry. Good thing it's just shades in my camera. And not something insane. I mean, I don't know what would be insane in my house, but you never know. Some people are crazy. Camera turns around and it's like, I don't even know. I don't want to say something bad and get in trouble for being on live. Guys, this is not going well. I knew I was going to try my best to multitask. But we're not making good progress. We've got 8 in. It is going to be a late night for me. I will tell you that. God, I've got to actually clean my soldering iron tip. And I gotta see if I can replace it before this thing gets literally fused onto the iron. But I don't see why they wouldn't make replacements. If shitty ass soldering irons have replacement tips, why would Hacko not make them for the FX601? Ella, I would suggest T-square this way you can slide. Yeah, that's a good idea, Ed. Agreed. Ella, suggest a T-square this way you can slide it to the size you need. That's a good call. Agreed. Cap, when you were doing the notification check. So it did. It turned the camera around. You could see like my curtains and the blinds right behind me. Is that what you mean? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why. I literally just slid the notification down and responded. So I don't know how the hell my camera would turn around. Girls, you guys are going to have to go upstairs. Do you see how evil Nova sounds? She sounds absolutely insane. Little dog syndrome to the max. Oh, that's a different sound. That's a specific growl when Hydra has a toy of some sort and she just shoved it in Nova's face, and Nova doesn't know how to share, but Hydra does. Hydra just wants to play tug of war and play together. And now Hydra's getting mad. But Nova, she don't know how to share. Girls, can you cut it out? This is why I said this the other day. This is why I've always been so afraid of live streaming, because I can't control these wild animals. No, but what do you even have? Hydra, come. What does she have? Good girl. You gotta stop. Thank you. Nutty, nutty dogs. I tell ya, I don't know what I was thinking. Half German Shepherd, half Husky, and Chihuahuas. But my Chihuahuas, I will always have Chihuahuas, I think. They're the best. Whether they're purebred Chihuahua or not, Armada, she was the perfect mix. I don't know what she was mixed with. And of course, now more than ever, I regret not doing that like DNA test or whatever it was to see what kind of dog she was. But I think Armada was one of those dogs that's like, you only get one of those in your lifetime. You know what I mean? She was a once in a lifetime dog for sure. Ella, okay, I'll try that. Hako does have extra tips. Okay, I figured they've got two. Thank you, Bobby. Cat. Try that. It stayed pointing at you while you were scrolling. When is the new camera coming? So it's not a new camera. I want to just use one of my DSLRs or my G7X or any of my other cameras. But what I had to wait for was this little attachment. So I would try to look at it, but I don't want you guys to be stuck looking at my blinds. It's just a reader essentially. So it'll go from my like, what is it? USB-B into an HDMI, and then that HDMI goes into this little reader. It's actually I can probably look on my Amazon history right here. But it's a certain reader that I didn't know that I needed until earlier today. That's what I had to order, and that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting to come in. That and a longer cord, because when I tried to hook it up earlier to see if I was going to be able to use it for tonight's live stream, I figured out that that cord was just not long enough. And Kirk Cameron is still up on my Google, you guys. All right, I know. Oh, hold on, dude. Why does it do this? Should be signed in anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, it's just this little attachment that I had to order on Amazon to be able to actually use my DSLR and for it to recognize the camera and to not show everything that's on my DSLR screen. So when I actually turn the camera on, I can see on the screen all the actual options. So like the brightness, the like if it's on 4K, 1080, all of those options that you see on your normal like camera screen would show up on the live stream. So I'm having to do some things to kind of work around that and to avoid, let me move them. Jesus. To avoid having to use like a live streaming software. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to be able to hook it up to my computer and to be able to go. You know what I mean? So this little thing is going to solve all of that. Where did you even get this, Hydra? Go. It's like 4K, something 4K. It's just this little, it looks like a little USB device of some type. But it's not. And I'm hoping that's going to solve all my problems. But it should be in Thursday. And then we'll try it. But again, I don't know, because it's just so much easier to pull up my phone and do it this way than to have to hook up all that, have another table right here, my laptop on it, and then to be able to respond to you guys. If I want to have like my camera kind of set at the eagle eye view so you guys can see what I'm actually working on, it's going to be super hard for me to reach a computer to be able to like see the chat, move the chat, whatever. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter too much as long as I can see you guys so I can verbally respond to you. It's okay, but I don't know. We'll see. It's just very easy on my phone, so we'll see what happens when it comes in on Thursday. All right. Capture card. I think it is something like that. Yes. Cap. I just want to say thank you for all the info you gave. I'm brand new to Stained Glass, the Creeping Death. Well, welcome to Stained Glass, and thank you for joining. Thank you for watching too. I appreciate it. I hope the videos were helpful. Pawn shops usually have good cameras for cheap, for sure. If I needed, well, actually, I don't know if I would even go to a pawn shop just because, I don't know. Usually they have like pretty good bundles, but I have so many cameras and good cameras, I do not need another one. Ray, I was just thinking of you recently because I wanted to leave my soldering job and focus on it creatively. I want to leave my soldering job. What do you do, Ray, for a soldering job and focus on it creatively? Jesus, cannot talk. I mean, if you can, and if you can make that a reality and make being your own boss a reality, I definitely recommend you do that as long as it is feasible and you can take care of yourself. I would highly recommend you do whatever you can to make that happen, to be financially independent. Crazy to say, but cell phones probably have better cameras nowadays. Literally, they really do. In my camera specifically, I mean, granted, this is my front-facing camera, so it's worse, but my phone camera is pretty damn good. But phone cameras shoot in the weird, skinny, yeah, and you can't use your phone. But that's why it's good. Like, this is perfect for live streams, you know? Perfect for live streams. That's why I've got my specific cameras for, like, when I'm sitting down in my office, I have my larger DSLR or my G7X and my GoPro Heroes are what I take when I go somewhere, stuff like that. I'm surprised you haven't designed a stained glass phone holder stand to hold your phone for live streaming. I know. I just use these regular little stand, it is a, what are they called? It must be getting late. I'll show you. I have a bunch of them. But it's just a camera tripod. Tripod. That's the word I was looking for. It's essentially the same thing that I've got my G7X on. That's what you guys are on right now. It just has a different attachment at the top to have your phone sitting in it. And I would. But I tell you, this is exactly why I didn't want to continue doing the stained glass restocks, because I didn't have the time to create for fun anymore. I didn't have the time to teach myself new things. Like, I want to get much better with lead work. I want to learn how to fuse. I want to do all that stuff. But if I'm constantly back to back doing glass restocks, making that my sole income, I just do not have the time or the financial option to just take off to do things for fun, creatively, like to make a phone stand thing out of stained glass or to make anything for myself out of stained glass for fun. It always had to be a focus of making for the purpose to sell it. So that's why, the biggest reason why I made the jump to wanting to do this full time. And that's why I made a Patreon and all that other stuff, because when you're this small of a creator, you do not get paid well. So it's definitely tough, but I know in the long run it's going to be worth it if I can make content creation my full-time job. It just gives me so much more freedom. I can learn more, so I can in turn teach you guys more, and I can just, yeah, have the freedom to create whatever I want, whatever I feel like making that week. Like I said, on Patreon, the video for this month, or I was talking about this the last live stream, I'm turning myself into an elf. I'm putting a bald cap on. I have ears. I want to be an evil little elf. I've got an elf costume. That sounds like such a good time to me. So much fun. I want to be able to just do whatever I want creatively, have a good time, make content. I'll tell you, if I had an editor, shit would be so much easier. I would vlog all day, every day. I would make videos all the time. It's editing that's the hard part. That's what takes so long. I bet that he did. Yes. Yeah, thinking about an editor is probably a good idea, but again, I'm just not making that kind of money yet. I'm too small. Oh, let me see. It shouldn't. I use DSLR for streaming. The display should not show. Yeah, but I have the Canon Rebel T7i, so it doesn't have the, what is it called? I don't know. I'm not super tech savvy, but I had to Google and look up whether or not it does have that capability to not show that on screen, and mine does not. You can even shut it off. I wish. It is not going to solve. Could be a market for you to tap into. Yeah, Ed, I had looked it up from these tech YouTube channels, and specifically mine says it will not do that. So I hope so. We can make a trade. Your knowledge of stained glass in my streaming cam editing skills for real. But regardless, I need that extra connection to make it easy because the main issue was just not having to use a streaming platform. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to be able to hook it up and go. So I needed that for sure. But regardless, again, I feel like most of the time if I'm going to be doing lives, I'm going to end up just grabbing my phone because I'm moving so much. Whether or not I'm making stained glass content, the amount I move, it's just not feasible. It's so much easier to just use my phone than have a permanent setup in which I cannot move ever. That's not going to work. All right, I've got to solder these last 4 pieces, you guys, and then I gotta go. Because I've actually got to get some of these ornaments done, and this is taking too long. Far too long. Like I said, I wanted to get on earlier. If you guys have a specific time in which live streaming would be best for you, definitely drop it in the chat so I can see. Like I said, I know my audience, the peak time that most of you guys are on is between 4 and 7 p.m. That is the absolute peak. But today was just a little bit different. I had to go to Colleen's, had to get my nails done, and I didn't think you guys were going to want to watch me do that. But I am going to try to, if I continue to do live streams, do them a little bit earlier in the day. For me, anyway. I'm on the East Coast. Plus, I got to stop breathing in these flux fumes, and that FA400 is going to be too loud. This is working great. Sound and video look good. Thank you, Bobby. Right? Agreed. I feel like this is good. This is good enough. It's not like I'm making insane content. I feel like this is plenty good enough for the live stream. I agree, Bobby. Thank you. And I hope so anyway. Like I said, the only thing that, I mean, we'll see. I was talking about this earlier. It bothered me when I went back and saw the footage from my live stream the other day. But I couldn't tell if that was just bad lighting because I was in the other room with a Christmas tree and the Christmas tree was on behind me and I didn't have my filming lights in front of me like I do right now. So that'll kind of be a good deciding factor if this video looks much better, which I hope and anticipate it to. Then I'll know for sure if I can just, I'm comfortable using my phone. And then I can just start walking around with you guys because I was thinking it would be fun when I was going to stream earlier. I would have just taken you guys with me. Take you guys with me over to Colleen's to meet her new puppy. I mean, I'm down with a mobile live stream. Literally and metaphorically. All kidding aside, if you want help editing, I got you. I know how it is. Dude, it's so hard. It's just, I mean, I feel like I'm getting better and I feel like I'm getting faster. It's just not fast enough and I'm not good enough, you know? But I also don't do myself any favors with the amount of footage that I do end up recording. So I think that's going to be a huge part too. And I know I am getting better with just the sheer amount of footage I am taking is so unnecessary for the videos. Like I'm recording 5 hours of footage that I've got to edit down into a 20-minute video. Because I'm sure you guys can tell I could talk all night. So I need to get better with that. I need to get better with editing. And yeah, if I had an editor, someday I will. I will be able to afford to pay an editor. And then things will be even better. Then I can just really crank out the content and make better quality content and more of it for you guys. All right, these 4 done. Let me look one more time to see if I can find this fucking mystery foil before I go. And if not, like I said, I'll just have it linked in the description once this gets uploaded on my channel. I usually have it right in this pile. I don't understand. This is the upcoming video footage pile. So where did it go? It's not with any of my other foil, which is the only other place I would put it. Am I just missing it? I don't think so. And I don't see any double-sided wave foil in here, so I didn't put it in any of my foil containers either. That is so strange. I don't understand. They're on this desk over here. No. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I have no idea what happened to it. But, yeah, I'll link it down below. I'm going to test it out either way. I want to test out a whole bunch of things from that brand. Because hopefully we haven't lost, not only haven't lost our wave solder for good, or wave foil, but we've kind of gotten even better. If it is a good quality foil and we have it double-sided, it's an upgrade. I was super sad to see Adventure Tape go, of course. Another business kills, but at least we have a replacement, and hopefully it can be even better. That'd be super, super cool. Okay, so, oh, Jesus. It looks better than last one. Is that what you were saying, Cap? Yeah, I think so too. I think just having my filming lighting in here, which I did not have in the other room, is helping. Bobby, this is working great. Sound and video look good. Thank you. Agreed. I feel like it is better, especially in my office. BW mobile live stream sounds fun, right? If I could just take you guys with me wherever, whatever I'm doing. That could be fun. I'm down for making your thumbnails. That would be cool, Cap. Yeah, I definitely need help in that department too. I don't know what people want to see in the thumbnail. That's about the right number. It's 3 hours of video for a 10-15 minute clip. I take a lot of footage. I'm fine with long videos. That's less channel surfing I have to go to. That's how I am, Ella. I like long form content. I want the rise of long form content to come back. I do not like TikTok. I do not like the ever decreasing attention spans, but nothing I can do about that. Are you tinning just the edges? Kind of, not really. No, I'm tinning more so just the back, and the edges I'm building up a quicker bead, but I'm doing it not by the traditional sense. So because this is a wave foil, when I go over just like my first pass with the soldering, with the, Jesus, I can't talk. When I go over my first pass with the rod, it drops so much beads down naturally on this kind of soldered or foiled edge. When I pick it up, I can just kind of even it out, and it makes a perfect beaded edge, because I don't want a super rounded, crazy edge, but it's not just tinned. But it is kind of almost just tinned on the back, but even that is built up a little bit more. But no, these are quite rounded, but it's not a typical, like if I was to go in and drop bead and then melt like a super thick one, it's a little bit less than that. If it's anything like my stuff, you'll find it 3 minutes after you stop looking for it. 100%. I've only Studio Pro foil so far, and it's not great. Try something else then. At this point, I use literally anything. I'll use random foil from Amazon. I'll use everything. And I've got no issues with it for the most part. The only time I have an issue, if it's a super, super old foil, which I think has only happened a couple of times in my entire stained glass career, where I get it shipped in and it's just definitely very clearly old and oxidized and it's no good, I'll just send it back. BW, same, long form videos are better. I agree. Tina, I much rather have longer videos. Agreed. I'm glad you guys think this, because I'm constantly trying to trim down my videos as short as I can, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with 30 effing minute videos, but I could absolutely do that, no problem. It takes me forever to bead the edges. Well, it's a little bit different with this wave foil. It's just easier because the solder naturally drops down. So as I'm just going over this initial edge, and I'm not worrying about tinning and then going back and building, because it's just a single edge, right? So I'm going over this initial rod, so much solder drops down just, I think, because of the shape of the foil. I don't even have to go back in and drop down beads and build it up. There's so many drops that have come down naturally. As soon as I finish tinning the top and the back, I just lift it up, and it's just enough solder where it's built up enough where I don't have to go in and actually build a giant super round bead. It's right in between, which is perfect for what we want on this ornament size. Ella, if it takes you forever, try something different. There's a whole bunch of ways for you to build your edges. Like you could go in with them sitting on the ground right now and drop in. Hopefully you can see this one over here. You could go in and drop a bunch of beads like that, right? And instead of immediately picking this thing up, holding it sideways and trying to build that bead, let it completely cool first. So I'm going to go around and bead that entire edge, and I'm going to move this thing to the side. I'm going to move on to the next one. And if you don't have something else to move on to, meantime, you're going to have to sit and wait. Then I'm going to drop all the beads for this one. Move on. Wait as long as you can in between, because the longer you give not only the glass itself to cool down, but the original foil and the beads to cool off, the easier it's going to be when you go back in to hit it with a little bit of flux and join those beads together. Because if it's super, super hot, it's just going to melt away. It's going to drop off your glass. And you don't need to build it up like crazy. But the longer you let it cool, the easier it's going to be to go back in and mesh these together. But if you're going in too soon, it's just going to start falling all over the place. Easy as that. Nice big bead, but you can see now I've got to go back in and touch it up because of this wave foil. It's made like a lip over the edge. So I'm just going to super quickly go over it because we don't want to heat crack nothing. And done. That's built up enough. I like that for these ornaments. It's safe enough. It's not like it's bearing a ton of weight anyways. I'm just going to throw some jump rings on this and we are done for tonight. I don't know if it's just me, but there's been audio clipping this whole time. Just something to point out. So if it's not just me, it can get sorted out. Oh, okay, I'll try that tomorrow. Thanks. No problem, Ella. Yes, definitely. Let me know. Is anybody else experiencing audio issues? Like I'm cutting out every so often? Because that is definitely a problem. Which I can set up a separate mic. Annie, audio is fine for me. Thank you, Annie. I hope it's fine. All right, last 4 little jump rings, you guys, and then for real, I've got to go. How long have we been on here already? Does this tell me? Same thing. Didn't we do an hour and 45 minutes last live stream, you guys? It goes by so fast. We've already been on here almost 2 hours. How does that happen? It's just fun. You guys are like I said, it's like coming on here and talking to all my friends on Snapchat. It's just super easy and fun. I like to be able to connect with you guys. It just feels a little bit different than, like, of course, I love talking to you guys in the comments of all my videos. That's why I respond to every single comment. But a live stream is just different. We get to connect and know each other a little bit differently. Like, I would not know you guys as pets and all that stuff, you know? Super, super cool. Or your hobbies or your jobs. So we don't get to talk about stuff like that underneath a normal video unless you're over on Patreon. On Patreon, we get pretty personal over there as well. And I can privately message you, which I like to. We've got a whole 12 ornaments done, you guys, for this entire hour and 45 minutes. If that doesn't tell you how much I talk, I don't know what would. I need to shut up. Well, granted, I have to get up a lot too. I have to keep dealing with the dogs, or I'm looking for foil that I should know exactly where it is, or whatever. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to go on Instagram after, so I don't forget to look at your DM. Okay, that's it. 106 minutes. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you, everybody, for answering. Annie, thank you. Tina, no audio issues here. Riley, Bobby, Ella, Chris, thank you, Chris. Cap, just me as usual. Sorry. I had 106 minutes. That's nuts. It's fun. That's why it really is. It's so much fun. I could do this all night. I should have just got on earlier and done my nails anyway, and then just came on again later. I thought about that as well. I'm insane. Cap, you're my only YouTube friend that talks back. Oh, stop. I try my best. Because if you guys go out of your way to comment or to come on a live stream, I'm always going to try my absolute best to continue to respond to as much as I possibly can. And that's why I don't like the short form content or even Instagram anymore, because it just feels like all everything is just people looking at videos, maybe giving it a double tap, a like, and then scrolling on. There is no interaction anymore. There's no community building anymore. It doesn't feel like like social media was built to connect with people and to connect people that live on opposite sides of the world. So it just feels, I don't know, just feels different. So yeah, I agree. I like this too. You're my only YouTube friend. Read that, Ella. Yeah, I like lives. Me too, Ella. BW, bye everyone. See you soon, Mac. Bye. Bye, BW. Thank you for coming. And all good here. Good. Thank you, Annie. Oh man, I've got to finish my nails tonight. Ugh, isn't that the worst? Just get it done. Get it done and out of the way. Kept, and then corporations ruined it. Always. The adpocalypse just absolutely destroyed what was the true total freedom of YouTube back then. Sure, it was the Wild West, but it was so much fun. Okay, all right. I've got to go, guys. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to keep doing lives as much as I can, okay? But for everybody that came, thank you. I'm going to check my DMs. I'm going to try to find that foil. I will link it in the description. So as soon as we get off live, this video will be uploaded on my channel under that live section, just as if it was a normal video. So I'll put in the description there the new version of scalloped or new wave foil, copper foil. All right, so thank you guys for coming. I'll see you soon. Jesus Christ. This is what gets cut out of normal videos and why editing takes so long. Stupid little edits like that. Thank you for coming. I love you. I'll see you soon.